How you doing, Casey?
Hi, I'm
Are
not
you
too
okay?
bad. I am actually outside. It's the one of
I
sun
can
here.
see the wonderful sunshine behind your background.
I wish I could send you all some.
Ah, trust me, man, we need some now. To be fair, the weather has been good for the past couple of weeks. Not much rain. It's not that cold, but it has been good. I'm kind of not surprised either based on this, climate change that has been happening all over the world.
Yeah.
It's so sad that people had been preaching over the years, to stop, the pollution. And no, none of us listening. Even myself, me used to burn rubbish in my backyard like nobody's business, you know, and not knowing that these things would have really, impact the future today in such a dramatical way. Like when you look upon the news and social media and you see so much things happening, constant storm, constant flood, it's dread, man. So Casey, as we as so Casey, the last time we spoke about, we had some discussion about you being diagnosed with cancer. Um, could you remind us what year you was diagnosed again?
All right. So originally it was in 2016. Um, Let me see if my year is right. You know what? Let me use my age. I was 25. Let me put it there, so because I don't want to quote the wrong year.
So as I was saying earlier, that people over the age of 50 are at a higher risk of developing breast cancer. And I let it be known that even though it's a higher risk at age 50, it still do not say that if you are at a younger age, you won't catch it. Because you caught breast cancer at age 25.
Yeah.
So on that discussion and that podcast, we were discussing so much about your struggles. We discuss about your abuse. We discuss about your lost your passing of your mom. We discussed about your family members. We discuss about the support system that you never got or you don't have. We discussed so much in that podcast. What has been happening for Casey since then?
So I think that happened in October, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
That was the
October.
last time we spoke. Um, and it was, I think, at the end of October that I actually got a job, because at the time when I did my last interview, I was working, so things were pretty tough. I got a job and ended up having to resign the job due to basically not disclosing that I have cancer. That was the reason why I had to resign the job.
So you were basically forced to resign the job
Yeah.
because you didn't disclose that you have cancer.
Yeah, and they found out somebody else basically created a file and carried it to HR, and HR and I had a meeting. We had two meetings, to be honest, and the decision was made for me to resign instead of saying that they fired me or whatever. I just resigned. Yeah.
That couldn't be in the UK. That couldn't be in the UK. There's no doubt about that. If someone fires somebody because of a disability, I would put it at that. They would be in deep.
That's it.
That's it.
Rain is
Rain.
asking why.
Discrimination.
Why is because when I filled out the application form, they asked if I had any critical illnesses, and I said no.
Okay.
cancer was on it because they named some, like they put diabetes, cancer, hypertension, and some other things, and I ticked no for all of them.
Okay.
So you can say I
So
tried to get the job, so
so
I
so you,
was wrong there.
so basically you gave away your rights then.
Yeah,
Okay.
because if I
Understand.
told them up front, I wouldn't have gotten the job, and I
And you
needed
were
a job. So
desperate. You was desperately in need of the job.
mm.
Okay. So how long ago now since you resigned your job?
So I resigned. It's about 5 weeks now. Yeah,
Okay.
5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay. So you you have been diagnosed twice for the same sickness. Um the last time we spoke, we was not too clear on what stage the cancer was because you never done a late checkup, and that was mainly due to financial difficulties. Do you know what stage the cancer is at now?
No, I still have the same information because, to be honest, finances have not allowed me to go back and do anything really cancer related. More than blood work, which the last time I went to do blood work, I couldn't even do it because I'm having some serious iron issues, so they couldn't pull any more blood from me. I've been dealing with really bad anemia, and due to dietary issues and a heavy cycle, I cannot give any blood for any reason at the moment.
So you basically do not know your status at this present
No,
moment. Do that
no.
worry you?
Yeah, it does.
Why?
Because when you can know what to do, how to operate, you know your next step. Basically, you come up with a plan, if you may. I, I guess it's just why I'm naturally, I prefer to know stuff, even if it's not good. I really want to know. Because if you don't know, then you don't know what you're really planning for, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, and then sometimes when I'm not in pain, it doesn't really bother me. But then when the pain becomes a thing, then you start to worry again and say, boy, I wonder if this, I wonder if that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand. As a person that developed cancer 2 times, and your struggle then still remains the same, and that's finance. How does that affect your mental health?
Yeah, so the struggle with finances, I think no, it's worse than it was then because the first time around I was employed. I would say I was gainfully employed. So even though I was fundraising on the side to get my surgery done and what have you, I was still employed. So for example, if something happened and the fundraiser fell through, I could always squeeze something out of my salary to go and do a particular thing. When you're not employed, you don't have anywhere to squeeze anything. Now, to get to the point of mental health, that has even made my mental health worse this time around because I don't have the buffer. Having a job or a source of income in whatever way is a buffer. So it helps you to stand up. So if suppose I have a test to go and do, for example, I mean I can find the money one time, but I can put it down little because I have a source of income. If you don't, then nothing happens. And with all of this going on, normal life goes on. You have bills to pay. I live in a rental space, and I have regular bills just like the normal person who's going about their daily life. And it's just I have more bills because I have medical bills as well. And it has really put me in a state of depression that I don't know if there are words to really describe the state that I am in. I don't know if I can find words to describe it because it's very complex and it fluctuates a lot. Some days it just does not make sense being here. Some days I'm like, all right, I want to fight on because I want to inspire somebody down the road. And then probably the other day just go back to what sense does it make, you know?
So you constantly have this struggle between trying to, be a strong person and a struggle, not wanting to be in existence. I know your feelings. I can't tell you how you feel, but I often feel like that sometimes, and it kind of struggling, worse if you do not have the support system around you. And you had disclosed that before in our first podcast, that you do not have that support system. Is that still the case?
Yeah, that's still the case. As cancer progresses and things go on, I realize that, and this is just an individual experience, but it may be true for many others. When you're not doing mentally well, it's hard for you, you know. So I can just imagine how hard it is for other people to support you. Because some days not even you don't know where you want to support. And I find that in the past, when my mental health wasn't as bad, I think people, they stayed around more. But one things kind of get. Let me give you a perfect example. Last year, I attempted to unalive myself 3 times. Last year, and through that journey, being brought to the hospital, them have to wash your stomach and do all kind of things to make sure say you're all right and all kind of things. Those journeys kind of put you in a place where people are sometimes. I guess sometimes they get confused. They don't know what to do to help support you, but I don't understand that. Remember, I was 25 years old when I got diagnosed with cancer. I was kind of not even kind of. I was in the peak of my life where I was at the time getting ready to send myself to college. That has not happened. I'll be 33 in April. It's 8 years, and I have not managed to do anything academically for myself. I haven't managed to further myself anyway because every dollar I make goes into my health. Just trying to stay looking normal, feeling normal, and paying the bills, keep a roof over my head. And even within that, many things have happened. I've lost jobs. I've been homeless in between because of the cancer. So when you're the person going through these things, it's hard to get up every day and be positive and I'm gonna get through it and whatnot. Some days I'm like that, but majority of the days I'm not that way.
You see, with someone like you going through the struggles that you are going through, I really don't think nobody can encourage you but yourself. Because how can you tell me that it's going to be okay when I got cancer 2 times within the space of 4 years gap, right? You're struggling financially. You're struggling emotionally because you got some scars from you were younger that have not been healed. You're struggling, physically, mentally. It's like everything is crowding down on you. So I don't think like one could really encourage you much. You have to be your own, motivation. You have to have a purpose to say, you know what, I am going to do this and I'm going to do this for me. Because one of the things I notice with people,
Hi. YouTube have 2 ways to push your channel. With that said, I'm asking you 2 quick favors. If you like what I'm doing and want to support my growth, please give me a thumbs up so that YouTube could send my videos out to like-minded viewers just like you. 2, I've noticed that 70% of you who have revisited this channel have not yet subscribed. Please hit that subscribe button. That way my channel will grow. And my promise to you is to give you more content with substance just like these. Do we have a deal? Thank you.
Sometimes you can look to some people for encouragement, trying to open up yourself, giving yourself to someone to see if you can get that support that you really need. And that person would turn around and say one thing to you and that just shut you down again. Have that ever happened to you?
Yeah, that's happened to me a lot. You know, well, we could be here all day if we were going to talk about comments and, you know, as I always, you see, sometimes when people are going through it mentally, sometimes they just need a listening here. And I know as humans, we are prone to help find solutions, and it is in good jest that people try to say certain things, but on the other end of that stick, sometimes you have to be cognizant. Like you have to think a little before you say what you're saying. Because I'm going to tell you this. One of the things that has come up for me is grief and just the fact that I don't have my mother around and I don't have any other family member around, you know, of course, because of the things that happened in my childhood. That has been my life, all my life, even before I got sick. So nothing has really changed.
Sorry.
And, you know, talking to people about missing my mother, and some days I'm home, you know, feel well, I can't even make myself a cup of tea. And it would be nice to just be able to call on her to say, boy, mommy, make a little soup for me, or beg you one cup of tea, you know, or follow me go in a bathroom, because sometimes when the pain lick me, me can't in bed, you know?
You know,
That's, and
you
people are
said
gonna say,
that.
boy, your mother dead gone long time and you have to go leg off for that, and yeah, it really hurts you. It hurts you more than it helps you. Yeah.
You said that just now, and you know, I literally can relate because you know today is one of them days where I'm really struggling in more ways than one. And today while I'm working, because I normally use Sunday to, you know, do my meal prep, do my cleaning, my washing, you know, sort my room out and stuff. And today is one of the days where I'm very, very down, emotional. And you know, I messaged my sister and I said to her, sis, when you go to church today, you know, I beg you pray for me. Just ask your church members them for, you know, give out a word of prayer for me. And believe you me, I was just trying to, you know, open up, you know, and this is one of the reasons why some of the time I keep my emotions to myself, because sometimes when you want to look to somebody for help, that help turn around and just shatter your hopes. Not saying she meant it in a bad way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the choice of words. You know, because everybody looking, oh, you're a man, you're supposed to be macho. You're supposed to be strong. Strong up yourself, man. Your mother wouldn't want that. You know, your mother wouldn't want that because yeah, I know that my mom wouldn't wanted that. But it's how I'm feeling.
You're human.
I am a human being. So I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes people, they want to support you, but the choice of words is totally off, and that puts you off.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're seen as the strong person all the time, because to be honest, I am really not the one to come on here crying and I'm not, this is not to discredit anybody who does this, because people cope in different ways, and to be honest, if that's what keeps you alive, do it. I am a supporter of that, because sometimes when we see some things, our mind go to being judgmental first before trying to understand.
Yeah,
So
because I was
you want
watching you
yourself
live.
a cry and put it up so you can get a community to support you, and that will keep you in the land of the living, do it. But I am not that of that personality. When me I cry, sometimes I'll on the ground me there. Most of the time, me there on the ground in a fetal position. The last thing on my mind is take up a phone and say, oh, you know, X, Y, and Z. Either turn on the live. I've done it probably about 2 times it happened to me. And sometimes, if you catch me a cry up on a live, me never even start the live a cry, to be honest.
Yeah, because I was watching you
The
live.
other
I
night,
think it was
the other
last
night it
week.
happened to me. And somebody came on the live and was saying to me that, and if you can breathe and have pitney, man, because if you have pitney and have no time for the press.
Choice of words, eh? No
It's really
emotions.
crazy.
No emotions. No morals. Like these people, sometimes you have to wonder where are their hearts. So Given that you have breast cancer, it's more of a hormonal cancer. Am I correct?
Yes, the specific type that I have, yeah.
So the fact that your hormone is what, basically sends signals from cells to cells inside your body. It must probably trigger off something or put off something. Are you experiencing any of a hormone difference in since recently?
All right, so for me, that's the main time that I feel the most pain, right? When I have my cycle, like the week before, that they call your luteal phase, that you're going down, that whatever hormone, I think it's progesterone, that right falls. Around that time, right into the time my cycle starts, that's the time I start to feel most of my pain. So normally when I'm having my cycle, I am having both pains at the same time. Let's put it that way, right? Um, I want to say that, one of the things I've been learning is that everything in the body, especially women's bodies, is controlled by hormones. There's a hormone for
That's
everything. 'Cause
correct.
there's a hormone
That's
that
correct.
there's a hormone that controls your sleep. That's called
Right.
melatonin. The pill what we take, it's a natural produced hormone in the body, right? When for me, I have been having sleep issues over the years because of my anxiety and my PTSD, of course. But since of lately, actually since I had to resign from the job, I realized the no sleep has kicked in into very high gear, which caused me to now be very anxious. And that has resulted in many things. Now I'm dealing with issues like chronic constipation, and that is caused by a myriad of things, as I am getting to understand. One, of course, the lack of sleep, though it don't your digestive system doesn't get a chance to regulate when you don't sleep properly.
Right.
So out of all the things that you could possibly do, sleep, eat well, exercise. Sleep is the number one. In order for everything else to work, you must sleep properly.
Definitely. Definitely.
Because that is where all of the hormonal balance, imbalance, what have you. I could sleep well and live with the cancer 10, 20 years more than if my sleep get messed up consistently, right?
And I think that's where start the problems start from the beginning, because you were doing night jobs at the time and you were losing out
Absolutely,
sleep.
Brian. Absolutely. It
Yeah.
started from I was a child, to be honest. And
Yeah.
it's funny you said that, because I was talking to a professional this week and we made a connection there. And because in this week my mental health got really bad, so a friend of mine got a therapist to talk to me because I was just out of it. I was like, I'm done. And she and I had about a 2-hour conversation, and we were talking about many things. And one that came up was, from I was younger, it came down from the men who didn't allow me to sleep at night when I was a child. That's where it developed from. So the constant fear of going to bed at night because somebody's going to rape me, molest me in my sleep. It started from there, but then it kicked up a notch when I was put out at 15 and I was homeless for 2 years sleeping on the street. That's where it kicked into real gear, because I went into, according to her, there's a part in your brain called the amygdala. What it does, it keeps you alert, and it's the fear factor. It helps you to ward off any form of danger. But when you're in a space for 2 years, it gets activated, and it stays activated. And once that is activated, you're going to have anxiety. And if you don't get it to settle, which takes a lot of work and calm and change a lifestyle and all kind of things, the anxiety will not really go away. Could I take medication, do this, because once it's firing to protect you. So it's in protection mode all the time. The other parts of the brain that are responsible for you to be calm and relax and go to sleep doesn't get a chance to do what it does, because that part is overworking.
Yeah.
Yes, Rain, you're constantly in fight or flight, because when you're sleeping on a shop pays as a 15-year-old, you have to be in flight or fight, because Granny used to say sleep with one eye open. You can't go. You can't sleep and draw a snore and them something because you have to be protecting yourself. And because I was coming from a space where I was constantly being raped, I can't go on and each a place I go sleep like me in a one queen size bed. Me have to sleep with my eye open because the last thing I need is to somebody to find out that this is where I sleep and them are gonna come rape me again.
Right.
So that is where my sleep issues developed.
Your
And
circadian rhythm just messed up.
just got thrown off. And then, of
Right.
course, being kicked out at 15, it's obvious I didn't get to finish school. So when I decided to even go back and do my CXCs, I was working strictly nights and going to school in the days. And I did that for about 2 years, 1 year before I started school because I saved up. Went to school 1 year and did the CXCs in 1 year. And then it was like a year after I finished the CXCs that I actually got diagnosed with cancer. Because I'm going to give you this. When I finished my CXCs, I had a mental breakdown, right? Because I think my body now released me because I was so tense trying to get the CXC. Oh, me can't, but because I was doing security work at the time and I wanted to leave that field. I wanted to get myself somewhere where I said, boy, I need steady hours. I can't go home. I can't have a life outside of work. Cool. So I said, I'm going to make the sacrifice. But working at nights and going to school in the days, I slept 1 night per week and that was Sunday night because no school I keep on Sunday. But I was doing 5 subjects and there was a class every single day, right? So I had a breakdown and when I went to the doctor said, I only want you to sleep, eat and shower for 2 weeks. Don't wash no clothes. If you have somebody can cook the food, don't even cook the food because I don't even know how you're still moving around. So sacrifices in life along with childhood experiences caused me to end up with a lot of sleep problems. So when I say no, I don't sleep, a lot of people think it's just a little stress where I go on here and there. So it's an innate thing that I haven't been able to relax in my life and settle for years. It has now become a part of who I am. So as a little stress touch my brain, my sleep goes first. And then everything else just follow after.
So it is difficult for you to even manage your sleep, really, because the least little thing happen, it just trigger your sleep.
Yeah, because it's like a default setting in my body. And to be honest, I haven't had a chance, even in my adult life yet, to reach a place of, I'm not going to say no stress, but significantly decreased stress that my body can find a new norm. I have not managed, honestly, I have not slept 1 year properly in my whole entire life. I can't remember a year that I was just sleeping, I'm just asleep good, I'm just feel good and everything. Because when I sleep, even if I get like 3 months out of good sleep, you probably would see me and I would come back here and you think it's a different person to talk to you. Because I just feel different. Life makes sense. I want to get up, the sunshine, sunrise, everything is just nice and beautiful. When I don't sleep, I get the total opposite. Like, me get up a morning time, and even though me get up and me I say, thank God me wake up and thing, Next thing me know, me kiss me teeth. Today again, Lord God. That's just how it goes. Everything just look dark and gloomy, and it just become very intense.
Yeah. So, I can relate to that because there's a time in my life where, even though, like tonight, going to bed tonight, I guarantee it's going to be one of them nights. And every night is like, during the night and I'm struggling to sleep, I'm like, okay, it's another night. You know what I mean? I give up. So, there's so much I can relate when it comes to that sleeping issue. So you say you've been constipating for how long now?
So it's been going into 3 weeks now. I've been dealing with this. So I have always dealt with constipation issues. But I've always managed to find mostly natural stuff that works. I have a few in my arsenal that I got from my grandmother. The longest I've probably gone is about a week. And then I find something that works, because normally what I do is start eating less and then allow my system to just do the rest of the work, or I get some aloe vera or something, some olive oil, castor oil, you name it. I have a few things that I normally use when things are not moving. Or me know say I'm probably eating too much starch, because the thing about my body is when I did my first run of treatment with cancer, when I did my surgery, I went straight naturopathic. So I cut out all artificial starch. Anything that comes in a packaging, I did not eat it. And that was for about 4 years, right? So what happens to me now when I eat anything, bread, crackers, rice, flour, you name it, once it's along those lines, it just get my system into a hole. I don't even know. It just bung me up. My body does not digest artificial starch, and I end up constipated, or with maybe most of the time it's constipation and bloating, nausea. Sometimes depending on what I eat, it may vomit it up right back up. Yeah. So of course, due to not being able to, feed myself the way I normally eat, I have been just consuming whatever I can find and what I can eat because I have to eat.
Because
So
it
I
it
think
it
that is one of the main contributors. And of course, the stressful period of transitioning from at least being able to pay my rent and pay the bills I have at home to not being able to pay them. All of that to obviously the no sleep because at night time now me are worried, my landlord living at the yard where me live. Ever so often, me have to tell him say next week you get the rent. Then him come knock and I say, Miss K, anything yet? Or I must say, boy, me need the money for this because that is livelihood. That's how we make free money offer. So all of those things combined, I think, just because I went to the doctor in the week about it, and she was saying that the stress is a major factor because stress can close off the part of the brain that's sending the signal to your colon to release. That was one of the things we discussed. She gave me something called Dulcolax. I have been taking it religiously, so it's not been working. So in the last 3 weeks, I've only done number 2 twice. That's all I'm going to sum it up. Once since I went to the doctor. And that was about 4 days ago. Or 3 days ago, yeah.
I can remember saying to you in the last podcast, you're strong. Because what you're going through, trust me, it not take anybody to go through this. Based on my research, what me do, yeah, stress is a feeding tree for cancer. And if you constantly stressing, you're only growing your tumor. But can you not stress? Because what you got you, remember, you live in a rent house. You have to pay your bills.
Yeah?
Light there, water there. What other else be there? Light, water, obviously the rent. And you have to forget, you have to heat. And how you gonna do that? When you not work? Huh? How would you do that when you're not working? So you're trying to beat cancer, right? But the struggle that you are facing right now is like,
Thanks, Crystal.
what is there for you to really like? I don't really want to say the wrong words, but come on, man. We are all human beings. And with what you are going through, it's not easy.
It's not easy, Brian. And I tell you that's why I was saying earlier that when when people view you as the strong one, I think sometimes them just think, say, no, man, she alright, man. But them not understand I always describe it that there's a war going on in the mind. There's a constant war, but it is not seen on the outside. Because every day I wake up, me have to choose to stay alive. And there have been days, as I said before, that I've chosen not to. But for some strange reason, or maybe not a strange reason, but for some good reason, I am still here. Because there were times when I just lose it. I just get up and lose it. And I can't even tell you, them have a term in psychology that they call psychosis. My therapist would have then said to me that you went into psychosis, because when they're saying to me that can you tell me what happened, what triggered you, what happened the morning of this, I don't remember, Brian, because my brain may just get flooded with so many things. I get so overwhelmed. I don't know. And they normally say when you're going to psychosis, what happens is that just like when your body tired and it has sent a signal and you start feel droopy, you know, so you have to go lay down. It's the same thing that happens with your brain. And when you don't give it a rest, it clocks out on you. That's what psychosis is really. Your brain, your mind tired and it a go rest. So that's why you can't remember a lot of things that happen. It happens to me. It happened to me about 3 times.
I see somebody just joined the live.
Here, Maureen, Kelly.
I just see Maureen is struggling herself. And the live we had with Cash, she had disclosed that she was diagnosed with was it myeloma? Was it myeloma? Cancer, Maureen. I can't remember. Can you remind me, please? Lymphoma. And she's struggling also with kidney issues. So, you know, there's so much people out there that struggling with this thing called cancer. It's not easy. You know what I mean? So I think you two can connect. You know, her name is Kesia Kelly. Maureen, you guys can follow each other. You guys can support each other, because sometimes
Let me follow her so she can follow me back.
Sometimes, you know, see, she's in the hospital at the moment. You know, I check in on her sometime, you know what I mean? Because, listen to me, guys. I'm telling you this. You know, I used to view cancer as just cancer. Until I lost my mom. I start view cancer different. Until it is at your doorstep. You're not going to know what cancer is, you know. Me, I'm telling you that. We're not going to know what cancer is until it hit home.
Yeah.
Because many people see cancer as just cancer. Just like myself. I used to see cancer as cancer. Oh, cancer is a wicked thing, you know. It's a, you know, take out people left, right, and center. But until I lost my mom, I know what cancer is really. Is cancer. And that is the reason why I am adamant in building this platform, so that people like you know, can share your experience, so that people can understand the depths of cancer. And also, the platform, as I said, I have a YouTube channel, and I create that YouTube channel basically a charity channel, right? That's the reason why I create that YouTube channel. I want to grow that platform, because you are here now, Kesia, and you're struggling financially, right? If it was in our case where that channel starting to gain revenue and getting money, it would be no issues for me to say, Kesia, give me a bank account. And I transfer some money that I make from YouTube. I didn't create a YouTube channel to gain fame or popularity. I lost my mom through cancer. And it moved me. It hurt to the very core. To this point. Right? And I want to build a legacy underneath the name of my mom. And I won't stop. Because I want to help people just like yourself. Right? Because you're facing a lot, Kesia. Yeah. Financially, you're going through a lot, not just financially, mentally. Because you have ADHD as well.
PTSD.
So, it's not, you're not fighting. And guys, while you're on the live, I'm asking you, please, just stop up the screen. And this is what I want people to realize. How social media algorithm works. I'm not asking for any gift. Right? All I'm asking for some support, tap up the screen, share the live.
When you get more likes, you go on the
That's how the algorithm works. Just like on the YouTube. When you go on the YouTube channel, you have to click the likes. You know what I mean? Comment. That's how the social media algorithm works. That's how you support someone. And it is free to subscribe. You don't have to pay to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Right? All you need to do is to click the like, leave a comment in the comment section. YouTube will pick up that algorithm and send it out. It's the same thing with TikTok. Now, if you constantly tapping up the screen, the algorithm will send it out to other people who want to hear these information. And this information is free. And we are here pushing out this information. Kesia is here sharing her experience and her story with breast cancer. Right? And she needs some support. I was pleading with Michael. I was asking people to help Michael because Michael was struggling with some support. He needed some support. He needed financial support. And he didn't get that financial support. Unfortunately, he left this earth. Right? And I keep on saying to people all the time, like, you don't need $1 million to support someone. It's smart if you can't give $1. Give $1. It goes a long way. And as I said, if you don't have any financial support, you can support by just sharing the live. You can support by tapping the screen. You never have to have finance. People need her story to reach out there. Right. Every mickle make a muckle. And that's the same thing I always say, Crystal. Like a chain of action brings a reaction. Because when I was rooting for people to support Michael, that's what I was saying to people, you know.
Well,
come together, man.
Michael, Brian, I tell you, every time I remember it, water come on my hand.
Yeah. Same. You know what I mean? We constantly are beg for help. You know? For somebody help someone. Right? And when the person they are now alive, need the help, can't get the help, when the person pass, condolence.
I remember when
R.I.P.
Michael passed and Michael's girlfriend came live, when Sasha came live. I remember when she came live to say that he had passed, and I realized that people were just automatically sharing and liking. Sasha had over 1,000 people on the live.
Listen. I was on Michael live several times when Michael in a pain, and Michael constantly repeat and I say, people, I'm not dep on the live for entertain, you know. I am on the live because I want some financial support. And if you can't give me the financial support, just share the live. And not even that people could have do. But as soon as him pass, and she come on live, and I share the story, the amount of shares
And followers.
And this is what I constantly I say to people, like, you cannot wait till somebody pass before you show them your support. And it's the same thing now. Kesia is here and she needs some support. Me not sugarcoat nothing. She has struggled financially. Me in a Kesia WhatsApp and she in a my WhatsApp and will communicate, and some of the things she may not want to disclose on this live. But she's facing it, guys. She is facing it. So if you can reach out to her in her DM, right? But we're going to talk about it because you have a fundraising show that's coming up. But we're going to talk about it, right? But we could continue with your struggles because we have to identify that you are going through some struggles. So you have been struggling with constipation. And you're struggling with, we had a discussion that you recently had a minor heart attack.
Yeah.
So, guys, let me tell you something. You see stress and I want plating. Stress and I want plating. And it's not surprised she had that minor heart attack. Because the struggle was she go through in a normal.
And you know what, Brian? I had one last year, in March. And I was talking to a sister of mine, and she was asking me if this is the first time this has happened to me. And that's when I actually remember that I had one last year, because I'm not sure if I shared on here, but I've shared it many times in my life that last year February I left Kingston and went to St. Ann because I couldn't get a job in Kingston and I needed a job. And I had a whole friend from when I used to live in Ocho say she was working at a particular hotel, so she was going to try and talk to her manager, and eventually she get the work for me. And I had another old friend who said to me that our mother and our stepfather have a place in St. Ann. I can't go and stay there until I start up myself, because my intention actually was to move back to St. Ann, right? But when we had the initial discussion with her parents, if you may, they said to me, see what the work are doing at 3 months, stay here and see what go on until you come off of probation, and then you can make your move, whatever. Cool. I was there, and then, long story short, I ended up being raped in that house after one morning, right? And after that incident happened, now that I look back, I realize that my chip did get licked, right? I was going to work and doing everything that I was supposed to do, but I wasn't getting any support. The police, them who come on the scene, did that blame me and say me left the window open. Come to find out, it's the stepfather, because him did a try half of me and I didn't pay him no mind. So him set up him thing and then him didn't fly out. Me alone did at the house. I never know the window, the lever, because it's a sliding window, so the lever was flicked up. And me never know, because I come in the night and I was not feeling well. Me take 2 painkillers and gone on my bed. I actually had my period, so I was in pain. And the next thing me wake up, one man dey on top of me. And the police them come and them go say, Miss, why is the window open? And them angle me. Them never came go there, say, boy, you want to go to the hospital, go check, nothing. Them just angle me, shine them light, do what them do, go about them business. Whilst me have to turn on, because by this time, me get up out of bed, me and the man fight, the whole I place blood up. Whole I wall and all of them is something the blood up. And me have to turn on and clean up.
You see.
Good? And that shook me, because the people who own the house, when me call them now and make them know what go on, eventually one of them came back, and then everybody came back eventually, because everybody couldn't come same time. When they came, I got no emotional support, right? And I was going to work and I just had hold the teen. I held the teen for a very long time. And then one evening I came home from work one night. I think I worked 3 to 11 or something. I come home and I couldn't hold it. By the time I reach the front step, me just a ball. Me just step on the ground and me just a ball. And the lady, her mother hear me outside crying, and she come out and she say, you can't cry here, so. You can't cry in the front yard here, so, because I know the neighbor then thinks that we are ill treat you. Mind you, I'll know nobody no say, you're alright, how are you coping? And them know, they knew of my past, so them know I am triggered, right? Anyway, me tough it out and me go on same way. I went to work about 2.5 weeks after the incident happened, and a ambulance them have to take me out of work. Because I ended up in the same position when I ended up in a Friday morning. I just could not breathe. Because so much was inside. And it come like somebody just grab right in my chest and just hold it as tight as them can. And I just could not breathe. I was working in concierge. I'm on the front desk and I can't breathe.
You know you have to be careful though. Like it easier said than done. But you know you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Because them always say, like, you see, when it comes to heart attack and strokes, it follows. It may not be the same time, but it follows. It's so difficult to try and encourage you not to stress, Casey. Because it's like putting a bowl of sweets in front of a baby and tell them do not eat it.
Mm-hmm.
It is difficult when you have all these things that's happening to you from your past to your present and no doubt your future, because you have cancer dealing with. Right? So it is difficult for anyone to say, Kesia, stop stress. So you had a minor heart attack just recently.
Yeah, just Friday morning.
So while me I contemplate, what me I gonna ask you in the interview, we could have never have you right now tonight.
Yeah, because so Thursday, I don't remember exactly what happened Thursday, no, but what I remember is that Thursday was not a good day. It was just one of those days where things felt very overwhelming, right? I couldn't get a hang on it that day. And I remember Thursday evening, actually came live Thursday evening, you know. And not even evening, night, because when I came live it was about 8:40 something. Because I was just sitting in the house and I couldn't bring myself back down to ground level. I'm saying, alright, I'm turn on the live and see if I can reason with one and two people. I turned on the live and I did the talk, so till me start cry. I end up boil some soursop leaf tea meanwhile I was on the live and I did it and I sip it. And I drink it off, me and up on live and I did it and I say, alright, you know. Probably gonna reach about 10:15 now, I say, may I go try go sleep. Knowing fully well say me not go sleep, you know. Me I said, sure, you know what? Let me go, right? And I went. So me say me I go watch something until me drop asleep or until my eyes them get tired. Eventually what happened is that we had a power outage around 11. So that kind of just leave me in a one space where I am alone with my thoughts. Me did and eventually Brian, honestly I didn't sleep Thursday night, not even one bit. I never sleep. I got up Friday morning and I never have no energy to come walk because I try walking in the mornings to just, you know, start the day off on a better note. I get up and I had a shower and I decided I was going to do the aloe vera concoction when I do for my stomach a morning time before me eat. I did it, drink some water and I did it just a move around to see if anything would have move. And I just started sweating. Me just a sweat, and then by the time you look, me feel the feeling come back. Me can't breathe. So I was shaking because my anxiety come with my hand them. My upper body just depend. It just can't settle down. And I think that I was having a anxiety attack. So I grab one paper bag because them say when you have anxiety attack you must blow in the bag and make the oxygen come back so you can. I grab the paper bag and on me a blow it's like me can't get back no here. So I reach out to my landlord and I said to him, say, I can't breathe, me need to go to the hospital. And him say his son is here with him vehicle. His vehicle is not there, but his son is here. And him go try call him out of bed to come carry me down to the hospital, and that's what happened. So him take me down to the hospital, and it's when I reach down at the hospital I realized that because when I reach down, I still can't breathe, I still a sweat. I just a sweat go on so. And by this time now, in my chest here so just start pain me. My chest come like it, in here so just come like it just shut down and lock off. That's the only way I can describe it. And that's when them determined I had to do a ECG. And my heartbeat was, can me think of heart palpitation, because sometimes when my anxiety get high, me come like my heart a skip a beat, or just a beat without rhythm. It do all kind of things. So I always say when my anxiety get high, I can feel it in my body, and I always saying this because I feel the changes. Sometimes I get really hot on the inside, or my heartbeat just speed up. So me the things say I want to mirror the other. I say, boy, probably if me do this, I'll do that, me will calm down. But we went down to the hospital, and of course them hooked me up, do the ECG test, and the doctor do what them for do. They gave me a drip to relax my body so I can calm down. And something similar to this happened to me actually in November, you know. But that was definitely an anxiety attack. That one was an anxiety attack. When I went to the hospital, they gave me some Valium. And once I calmed down, they allowed me to go home. So it's a stress-induced thing.
It is. It must be.
Because my anxiety is so high now, it's like me have to really look to see what's the difference between that and having an anxiety attack, because the symptoms mirror each other. I mean, sit down here, I try breathing a paper bag and things say probably if I wasn't sweating so bad, I wouldn't even bother to call my landlord. Because my landlord is not really a person who you not believe in a mental illness and this and that. If you tell him say you not feel when mental him tell you say the devil. That's where film things stop, right? So I can't really live with him on certain things. But either way, I went and they kept me there for the night. And I came out yesterday. I reached home at about after 1. And my phone battery did dead. So in all of that too, I couldn't even contact nobody because when he left me there, I tell him to carry the phone and charge it and come back in the evening because you have visiting hours in the evening. He never get to come back as him say he did have to go to work. So he didn't come back until yesterday. So all I was there, I didn't even have a phone. Because him did have my phone and try to get it charged because through the power outage from the night before, me never get no charge on the phone. So I couldn't even call nobody or really reach out to anybody.
Oh, Casey, you got through a lot, and because you also made mention that you have some concern about your kidney as well.
My liver.
Your liver.
So when I went to the doctor on Tuesday, I think I went to the doctor on Tuesday for the constipation. The doctor did a stomach examination to see where I was feeling pain, just to see what is going on. And she was saying to me that she's feeling my liver. Now, she's saying that with an external examination, you're not supposed to feel the liver. So if you feel it, it means that it's enlarged. And she gave me a referral to go and get an ultrasound done to see what is going on with my liver. Obviously, when them send back, it would be the size and look to see if there are fluids around, if everything is okay, and what is the cause of the enlargement. So I still have that pending because I called 2 places to get the pricing, and the 2 of them say $8,000. It's something that you have to make an appointment for. You can't just pop up either. So I still have that to go and do.
And based upon your financial struggles.
Yeah, and she was saying that your liver is a filter which help to remove toxins from the body. But because I'm not passing stool, everything is just backed up and stored up. So that could be, it's not the all in the all, but it could be the main reason because it's 3 weeks, it's almost a month. So
They said if you have a healthy liver, you have a healthy life. So if you can treat your liver good, you may...
Because, it come like, water. It come like water will come with unseen bacteria and stuff you don't know. But once you put a filter on your pipe, you feel safe to drink the water. Sometimes we have to remember, say, what comes through the pipeline is just where you drink.
That's true.
So the same, everything that you eat, and because I have been taking medication for the most part, and them things that go to your liver.
Right.
Really and truly.
Medication help messed up your liver.
Right. So even the regular painkiller where women might take a month time if they might feel menstrual pain.
Even
it does a lot
paracetamol.
on your liver. So for me, who have done surgeries and I have to be put on certain kind of medication I go through IV, I go in in my system. My liver has had some work to do, and of course, attempting to unalive myself a few times did not help because the liver. Because, all of the times I use pills. So that definitely has not helped either. So it has been doing some work there. Yeah.
What are your plans going forward to where your cancer journey is concerned?
Plans going forward. As for now, I'm organizing a fundraiser. I realize I just have to take this thing in strides. I want to say I want to do this and that, but to be honest, if I can't feed myself and pay my bills, I can't make no real plans, to be honest. I will have to be able to live and take care of the things, the needs first, and then because if I constantly stress out, no matter what I do, cancer will always be a problem. Because if I'm stressed, my hormones will never be balanced, and I have to balance them in order to keep the cancer. Because even if I do a surgery tomorrow morning, the possibility of them coming back, it's gonna come back if I don't get things organized in life overall. My whole entire lifestyle have to change. But as a starter, it would be the fundraiser.
What is the name of the fundraiser?
So my fundraiser is paint and sip, right? It's a paint and sip with friends, if we want to call it that. So it is gonna be done in picnic style. So it means that when you come, you just show up. Once you show up to the venue, you get everything: the paint, brush, canvas, whatever you paint, you get that to carry home. I'll be providing some finger food so you can sip. The wine will be provided as well, so we have both alcoholic and non-alcoholic wine. I have not gone into to finalize the details of what the finger foods will be just yet, because I'll have to look at the finances and how that is going to play out. But
Have you how all the ticket sales going at the present moment? Are you been getting support?
no, I've only had 2 persons say to me that yes, I'll be there so far.
And that's just promises.
Yeah, I haven't received a payment or any kind
When
of down payment to say yes, I'm gonna be there.
when
Not yet.
will this event be?
It's on April 27th, so it's a Saturday.
April 27th. Also on your flyer, I've noticed that you had suggested if you want to support you, but you do not want any ticket, you accept donation as well.
Yes, so if somebody want to donate to the cause, if they want to donate to something that's happening behind the scenes, because even though it's a fundraiser, you have to pay for everything. The
Right.
artist that is leading the paint and sip will have to be paid. The venue will have to be paid for. The food will have to be bought. Everything will have to be bought.
And you do not want
Paintbrush.
any of this to be coming out of your pocket because you do not have any. So
Right.
guys, I don't know, most of the persons who support me on this, and I can't stop stressing enough, they're from the UK. I appreciate them so much. Like religiously every Sunday them join. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate their support. Guys, if you're in Jamaica or even the UK or in the US and you want to send Casey a contribution towards the paint and sip event, this is going towards her funding to help herself with medication, with food, with bills. She's trying to help herself in so much ways. Crystal, I think there's a video up. A video is up on my page, and also on Casey's page. There's a picture up
I have
also.
quite a few posts with the flyer in there.
Yeah.
So my target is around 35 persons that will help me meet my target. 35, 40 persons. 40 is the most, but I'm targeting about 35 persons.
And how much is it for your ticket?
The ticket is $7,000.
$7,000.
So
And
yes,
what
what I
time?
was saying about the contribution earlier now. So, for example, if somebody is in a different parish in Jamaica or somewhere else and they can't, say you want to donate to the cause and you can't find the 7. If you say, boy, if you inbox me, because my number is also on the flyer, so you can WhatsApp me at that number. If you WhatsApp me and say, boy, it's a 3,000 me having, okay, put this towards something, no problem. If it's 1,000 you have, me will take it same way, you can buy some paintbrush.
Rain, that is about £20. 20 to £30.
7,000? Yeah, it's about 25. Yeah, somewhere
20 to
there.
£30. They're about. Kesia, where this event is concerned, as I stated before, before you even come up with this paint and sip, if you're supposed to be keeping an event, I will support you. I will always support the Cancer Foundation. I will always support. I am not going to stop supporting the Cancer Foundation. And when I say Cancer Foundation, I don't mean an organization, because I am doing a run. I'm supposed to be doing a run. No, I'm not supposed to. I will be doing a run for the UK Cancer Society in May. The link also is up there in my bio. One person donated so far. one person donate so far, right? But I can't stress enough that when it comes to cancer, I will not stop supporting. I will not stop supporting. I lost my mom to cancer and it tore me apart. And since then, I made a pledge that I will support the Cancer Society any way I can. So, Kesia, with this goal that you are looking forward to achieve through this paint and sip event, the 27th of April, I wish you all the best with it. And I hope and I pray that it will be a successful one, that you will get the support that you need, because you know what support, you need the support, right? And guys, those who promise to support Kesia, I am asking you, please do not let your promise become void. Let it come to action, because that was a big thing in Michael's situation. You know what I mean? I know times is rough. I know it's hard. And the heart is willing and the pocket is weak. But if you're supposed to say to Kesia, say $1,000 a year. Put this towards your fundraising. I know should appreciate it. Right? Sometimes it's not how much you can give, but the willingness and the support, it goes a lot. I know you have a lot of ungrateful people that say, how are you come give me this? How are this? But Kesia is not one of those person. Right? So I'm asking you, please, just support her in whatever ways you can. Her page is there, Kesia Kelly. You can follow her. You follow her journey, and see what she's about. She's not working right now. She's unemployed because of her situation. She was forced to resign her job. She have rent for pay. She have light for pay. She have water for pay. And most importantly, she have her food and her medication them. So whatever you can give, guys.
If anybody here knows a farmer in Jamaica that farms vegetables, let me say vegetables because most people who farm vegetables don't do fruits, but if you know anybody who do fruits and vegetables that can be eaten raw and you can reach out to them and have something reach me, I'd really appreciate it. Because right now I can't eat no hard starchy food because
How yourself, my farm soon up and running.
So anything, cucumber, lettuce, whatever can be eaten raw, coconut, jelly, anything cane, anything that is easy on the stomach. Yeah.
All right, Kesia. Guys, I appreciate those who join in tonight. I appreciate your constant support. I have a YouTube page. It's called Ivy Cancer Podcast. I'm asking you, please, I need your support there. Just go over there, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, a comment, something. Help me to grow that channel, because the aim is to use that channel as a charity support network for persons like Kesia. I do not want any benefit from it. I am 100% want to support those who can't help themselves. So please, guys, just go over there, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make when we wake up a morning, me see at least one new subscriber. Please. At least one new subscriber. You know what I mean? Kesia, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And my number not there in a change, it there. Reach out to me. As me tell you, you have my promise. I will support your event. And I will support you in whichever way I can. As long as I have breath in my body, I will support you 100% as much as I can. Look out for yourself. Guys, a million thanks. Have a good week ahead. And make a try see if we can live and communicate with each other as best as possible. All right? Respect for the support.
Thanks so much for coming out, and thanks, Brian. Crystal, I
Blessings.
see you. You can inbox me, Crystal. Thanks for
All
being
right.
here, Mama.